Good day. Well, to catch up on my book reviews, I have a lot of books to catch up on. Of course, I haven't been reading all that much, but I very rarely do these book reviews. So, the most recent book I read, like I said last video when I was at the bookstore buying this book, I haven't read this book since junior high school, I think. They had us read a lot of like really good books back in junior high school, but I don't think we read the whole books a lot of times. I think our textbooks, our literature textbooks, had like major excerpts from them that we read and did a test on. I remember Fahrenheit 451 was one book, and Democracy in America by de Tocqueville was another one, and anyway, they had some good, really good stuff. 1984, and what was that other one? Where everyone takes drugs all the time. A Brave New World, right? That kind of stuff. Good stuff. But I think nowadays the kids are like reading like garbagey crap like The Invisible Man and Color Purple and shit like that. Really kind of lousy stuff. But we read good books back then. Anyway, I finally decided to. I don't recall if I ever read this entire book. I might have been thinking about the class assignment, but I finally decided to buy this book and read it. And it has its faults. Like, for one thing, it has like that real kind of like flowery, poetic prose style it's written in, which I think that was like kind of like an annoying and sort of pretentious when I started it. But after a few pages, I kind of got into it, and it didn't really bother me so much. I think certain writers, and Bradbury is Bradbury is definitely one of these writers. It's like a lot of stuff he writes, it's like it doesn't really make much rational, logical sense. A lot of the details, it's almost like something out of a dream or something like that. Like with that mechanical spider thing that goes after people. Like, what's the point of something like that? And like everybody, by the count of 10, open your doors and look out. And it's like, why don't you just everyone go to your doors right now and just open the door? He would have caught him then if they would have did that way. Just stuff like that. It's like sort of like flow of consciousness kind of stuff that makes sense to like the person writing it more than the readers. But the thing is, although we get it, the idea that in this imagined dystopic future, nobody's allowed to read books, and everybody's caught with books. These people called the firemen come to their house and like kick down their door and like burn down their library and their whole house and everything and take them off to jail. When you look at the way society is like today, we don't have any laws, any kind of censorship laws. You're allowed to read anything you want, but society is put together in such a way that most people are like so superficial and just shallow that like hardly anybody except for a few oddballs here and there actually read seriously. Some people might read like spy novels or romances or something like that, but most people don't really take books seriously or do a lot of serious reading, except for students and maybe people want to be writers themselves, and various misfits which for one reason or another don't have a normal social life, like myself, I suppose. So you really don't need that kind of totalitarian type regime to like keep people from reading, because like nobody really reads anyway, except for a few weirdos, and everybody knows who they are. So I wish you would have went into more detail about like what this imaginary government was and its origins and everything. And I think there was a few movies made from this book. There was one like TV thing like in 1950 or 53, which I don't know if I haven't seen that on YouTube. Then there's a movie that came out like in 1968 or 67, something like that.
Oscar Warner.
And there was one that came out like I think around 2003 or something like that, which I'd be interested in seeing, because I think in the 1960s when they didn't have that spider dog hypodermic needle thing in it, which Bradbury was very disappointed that they didn't use that creature. But anyway, it's a fast read. I mean, it really didn't take me any time at all to read it. I mean, of course, it's under 300 pages, under 200 pages actually. So it's just one of those kind of books like where people who like books is like they'll all read it. One of these books about the nightmarish future in store for mankind, like along with the other ones I mentioned, Brave New World and 1984. So yeah, so that's my review for Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. So see you next video, guys. Bye.